Well, hello there, my friends, and thank you for joining us today for this ministry moment. It's just such a joy and a pleasure to be able to share a little bit of the gospel message. Hope that this will be a blessing to you today. And also for the coming week, don't forget that we live stream our worship services on Sunday morning, 10:45. Of course, you can always look back at it later on in the week. Our website and YouTube. I've got a story that is most likely more of a legend than a real event. But it is so close to being something that could happen to you or me or anyone that I think it warrants a little bit of telling. It's a short story, but it's a good one. It's about a young boy, really not a teenager, but not a boy, and his father. And they went out early in the spring to try to fix up a garden plot so that some stuff could be planted and it'd be a nice vegetable garden and flowers. Anyway, Dad told his son to go out to a particular part and just get rid of any rocks that might be there, bigger rocks that could get this just not necessary for a garden. And he did exactly that. And he did a good job for quite a while until he hit a rock that was bigger and partially buried in the dirt. And the guy struggled and called to his dad, and Dad looked as he was struggling. And finally, he gave up and said to his dad, "Dad, I can't do it." And the dad said to him, "Did you use all your strength?" And the little boy, or not so little boy, looked hurt when he asked that, and he said, "Of course, I used every bit of strength I have to get that rock out." And his dad said to him, "No, son, you didn't use all your strength that's available." And the boy looked at him and said, "What are you talking about?" And the father walked over to him and he said, "Son, you didn't ask me to help." I like that story, short as he is and maybe legendary, because it reminds us of our own spiritual life. You know, when Jesus when he ascended into heaven after the resurrection, his last words, as recorded in the Gospel of Matthew, we've talked about this before, but those last words are, "I will be with you always to the end of the age." And that means good times, bad times, a year later, 1,000 years, 2,000, today, and forever. But we forget that. And all too often, when we are beset by trials, tribulations, problems, not knowing a direction to go in, we forget about asking for God's help. So this may seem a little trivial, but it actually is very true. I would invite you to just ask Him. See what happens. Go to the Lord in prayer. And you might be amazed at what God might answer. I thank you for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, if you're not here, seeing you on camera, and then next week as we have another ministry moment.